Hello, hello, and welcome to the Rock and Roll Podcast. I am your host, John Harris, and on my right-hand side is my right-hand man, Gabriel.
Yeah, what's going on, boy?
And today on the Rock and Roll Podcast, we have Lufeh, who has a new album called Luggage Falling Down, which is available right now. And right now I'm being joined by Lufeh and Dennis to share some stories about the band, some information about what they have going on, and more details about the album. So Lufeh and Dennis, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you for having us. This is awesome.
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm doing quite well. Glad to hear you guys are doing good. So, I mean, that's definitely very reassuring for me anyway.
Yeah, things are all right on our end. We're still doing what we love, and nothing can stop that.
Beautiful. Great.
That's correct. At least I have more time to be in my studio and practicing a lot and writing and recording. So we have to take out like good things from all of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Speaking of which, we have the track Find My Way, and I think that's really quite poignant with what was just said. So I'm curious, though, Find My Way, what was this track originally about, and are you guys finding new meaning within it now?
Yeah, absolutely. It was actually, the lyrics were written by one of Lufeh's friends from church. His name is Joshua Kim, right, Lufeh?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, so I think it's one of the simpler lyrical songs on the album, although they're all fairly poetic. I found when singing them, in terms of the wording, the choice of words. But yeah, when I was first singing it, it felt very very poignant. With these times and everything about about lying on the floor and the dreams flowing over. And to me, that's just a very descriptive way of feeling like you have so much more to offer, and there's so many barriers, but you can break those down, and that it's a hopeful message, and that when that's happening, your dreams are showing you how to find your way. And I mean, I guess it's something that's pretty simple, but there's always new meaning in it every day when we hear these songs.
Wow, fantastic! Now, you mentioned that you received the lyrical idea from a church friend, so I'm guessing, is it a spiritual song then?
There's definitely spiritual. There's definitely the spiritual element to that song, and really to the whole album. It's not specifically Christian or anything like that. I'm personally not Christian, but
you look like Jesus, spiritual. Dennis.
What was that?
Aren't you? You look like Jesus, Dennis. So come on.
Well, I'm also, technically speaking, I'm Jewish, but I
is that why you look also like Kenny G?
Is Kenny G Jewish?
Yes, he is. That. Oh, totally, man.
I guess that's...
Oh, I didn't know that.
It sounds obvious now that I say it, huh?
Him and Michael Bolton. Michael Bolton's Jewish. Remember, the whole world's run by us, so...
Oh, you're Jewish, too?
I am.
All right. Well, cool. Yeah, I guess I prescribe to a lot of different ideologies, kind of a mix of them. So I kind of take bits and pieces from this and that, and I think this album is one of those things that sort of added to my... I guess you could call it spiritual repertoire, meeting new people, and the other guys in the band, they're all Christian, and I'm finding out, and they're all from Brazil too, so we all have a different angle, spiritually speaking and philosophically speaking, that we all approach this with. So it's a very cool thing to see.
Yeah, John. I had an issue when I was starting to put these guys together and to compose. I'm not a writer, and I needed lyrics. So I was looking for somebody who could write to give me some lyrics, and then I found this guy at my church, and I asked, "Hey, Josh, can you do? Yeah, I heard that you're a writer," and he said, "Yeah. What do you want to tell me about it?" I said, "Well, this is not a Christian music. This is not some kind of a rock band, a Christian rock band or something like that. But you can write something about life." You can write anything you want about life. So just a little explanation about that's not... I know that there are a lot of spiritual involved, but it's not specifically a Christian or a spiritual band or something like that. Got it?
Fantastic. Now, when it comes to the track Find My Way, if you dug it, you can check out the boys, what appears to be live on a stage in a music video. So you can do so by going to today's show notes at www.therockmetalpodcast.ca. And if you guys wouldn't mind taking us through the music video. Actually, maybe why was this track so lucky to get the music video? And then take us through what went into creating the music video.
You can correct me if I understood you right. That's why Dennis is here to help me with my English.
I think you got this one, Lufeh.
Yeah, I think so. You were asking why this is a music video?
Why did this track, out of all the tracks on the album, come out with the music video first?
Oh, God, I got this one. I got that one. All right. Well, actually, I think, first of all, going all the way back, instead of, I think it was way more interesting to show the energy and the power of the band on the stage, especially as a drummer. And let's say, for example, if this was an album only, you were never going to see, I mean, not never, but you were not going to be able to see the Dennis performance on the stage, how it looked like, or even my performance on stage look like. Sometimes you have a perspective from band and the album only, and then you're gonna find out some videos later, and you're gonna see how is the performance of band on the stage. I try to put the two things together. Why not record an album, kind of a live album kind of thing? Why not to bring two things together, like the audio and video at the same time? So we rent a venue, a location here in Pasadena. I set up all my recording gear, which is nowadays not that hard, not difficult. And we're recording a live video / album. So, and then because I'm just a musician that I'm kind of trying to do all the things by myself, I think I messed up talking about when I started talking to the PR guys, and John Asher, for example, he was one of the guys say, "Hey, but you released the album already." Yes, yes. You did just the opposite. Most of the time, bands release videos first, and then when it got an audience, the bands release the album. So I said, yeah, I'm sorry, I think I already did that. So, and then he suggested me to, okay, now, but you have a lot of the videos to release. I said, yeah, for every song from the album, I have an individual video. That's why, John, so far you're going to see Find My Way. But during the weeks or months, it depends on the John Asher strategy of releasing. After a while, you're going to see every song and video. Got it? That's right.
Wow. Very cool stuff. Now, the next track we wanted to chat about was The Edge. Now, why this track?
So kind of like... Yeah, sure. So kind of like Lufeh was saying, we actually recorded the entire thing, the entire album on video. So you will eventually get all of them on video. But the reason I think these two came first, Find My Way was just kind of an obvious opener. It actually started out as the second track on the album, and The Edge was actually the first track. So these were kind of the first two songs that we approached.
Yeah.
And they kind of became defining characteristics of the album, I think. But also, I think, Lufeh, you just led a poll on Instagram, which song do you want to see next, right?
Exactly.
And people voted for The Edge.
Yeah, and also I noticed according to the Spotify numbers of views, people were listening to the first 4 songs of the album and forgetting about the last.
Yeah, that happens.
Songs.
Bastards.
Yeah, exactly. So I tried to bring the last song and going like taking turns between the last songs from the album to like make turns. You know what? So that's what I did. Something like, okay, bring the first song because if I'm gonna bring all the four songs first. Oh my God, the first four songs. Thank you. If I would bring the first four songs, people gonna lose. They will lose interest in the
this album
in the rest of
doesn't have
songs.
This album does not have a second of filler on it. I think the entire thing, every track could be the first track on the album, and the So I think we started with the bookends of the album, the beginning and end for the videos, but they're all going to come out eventually, and. But yeah, the Edge has a special sort of feel to it as well. I think it's got a different perspective than the rest of the album. It's one of the heavier tracks too.
Yeah. Beautiful. Now, when it comes to the track itself, The Edge, what are we on the edge of?
Well, actually, if you listen to the song, I've said that song could really just be called The Edge of Desire. So it's funny that you asked that question. Because, we took that from the lyric where it says, living on the edge of desire. And that has a deep spiritual meaning for me, because I think that if you're really living true to who you are living on the edge of desire because as things come up in your life, you're ready to face them head on as they happen, and you're not living in the past, you're not living in the future, you're living on the edge of the very present moment. So that's where that title comes from. But also, it basically comes from the lyrics. So, yeah.
Very cool. Now, when it comes to the album Luggage Falling Down, you mentioned there's absolutely no filler on the album whatsoever, so I'm not exactly quite sure what's inside the luggage. But
a whole bunch of rocks. A whole bunch of rock and metal, and maybe some ballad as well.
Oh no, not a ballad from a guy who looks like Kenny G. You guys should do a cover of a Kenny G song. That'd be awesome.
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Well, John, do you really want to know are you interested about the meaning of the name?
Of Luggage Falling Down?
Well,
that's what you want to know?
Essentially,
not really.
Well, essentially my question is, take us through the album. When you guys put it together, what did you build? And these two tracks we chatted about, is this kind of what we should expect? But at the same time, with a name like Luggage Falling Down, it's probably like the least...
Where does that come from?
It's the least metal-sounding title I've ever heard, but, like...
See? We're trying to make something unique here.
Oh, it's unique. I hate when my luggage falls down.
John, there is a nice explanation. When we in my YouTube channel, we made a kind of a live with all the guys from the band together, and Dennis, he said something really deep, something like we carry our luggage, right, Dennis? That's what you said.
Yeah. So, well, here you continue. You go. You go.
No, I'm saying that's.
You want me to take the floor?
Yeah. Like,
okay, all right.
Tell the coolest way to explain the name of the band.
Here's the Luggage Falling Down explanation. When we talk about the lyrics on this album, a lot of it has to do with, like I said, about living on the edge, letting go of the past. And a lot of the lyrics, I quickly felt when I was singing these songs, really had to do with letting go of the past, letting go of expectations of what you hoped things would be that didn't turn out that way, and all of the past resentments and all of the things that we hold with us, and it's really baggage. It's dropping all of that baggage and allowing new things to come into your life. So one day I was talking to Lufeh. We had already started recording the album, and he says, so Dennis, what do you think of the name of the album, Luggage Falling Down? And I went, what?
What?
The name, Luggage Falling Down. What do you think of that as the name of the album? I went, He says, well, what do you think it means? I said, oh, well, you know what? Now that you mentioned it, I mean, it sort of sounds like, like what I just said about all the meaning of the lyrics. So yeah, I can imagine. It's like dropping baggage, luggage falling down, and now you're free. And Lufeh goes, well, no, actually, someone told me that my music sounds like luggage falling down. My drumming.
Can it take from here? So
yeah.
That's the coolest explanation from Dennis. But you want to know the truth? Why I came up with that name? I was hired to record an album for a guy from Nashville, and then I tried to show off my drumming, and it was kind of a rock, and I put like a lot of double bass with the stacks and a lot of fills and a lot of things. And the producer, when he heard my drumming, he said, "Oh, that guy sounds like Luggage Falling Down." Then I laughed because, and then why not a band from where the founder is a drummer? Why not an album called Luggage Falling Down? So that's the meaning. I mean, from where I got this idea.
Okay, I mean,
it's really pretty metal if you think about it.
I know, right? When I come back from vacation at like an all-inclusive, and I'm coming home, and my luggage falls down, and I'm like, that sounds like Lufeh.
Yeah, there's actually a moment on the album where you hear a really heavy drum fill. That wasn't Lufeh playing with the sticks. We threw all of his luggage at the drum set.
It's part of our personality to be funny, to make fun of ourselves, and that's what I do. And then my wife, she goes, "Oh, what kind of a name is that?" But it's funny. It's part of my personality.
Exactly. Sweet. All right. Well, gang, dare I ask if there's any news coming up? I mean, with the coronavirus, that was kind of shutting things down, and now who the hell knows what's going on. But typically we'd be asking about like summer tours and shows and festivals and whatever else. But I guess my honking question is there any other news that maybe I didn't ask that you wanted to bring up?
Dennis?
Lufeh?
You're always up.
Yeah, well, we're definitely we're looking into doing shows and everything. Basically, as soon as this is as this is all behind us, we're trying to get out there as soon as possible. I know I'm anxious to get back out there and start playing. So yeah, I mean that's really it. And obviously, it has to be the right situation. Getting the other guys up here from Brazil, but everybody's really excited about it. So.
Yeah, that's right. Also, that's what I wanted the most, to get the guys from Brazil, and then we tour all over the world, like Canada, United States, and Europe, or Asia, or whatever. But so far, we got no information. We don't know how it's gonna be, the live shows and events and festival. We have no idea. But at least we have like the digital world. We have like all of this streaming, and that's it.
And we will be putting out the rest of those videos too.
Yes, that's correct.
So that's really the very next thing
on
the agenda.
Mm-hmm.
And we do these. Lufeh does these live streams on YouTube every week, and I do live streams on my Facebook every week. But sometimes we stream together, and so that's another place that we all that's the live show where it is for right now.
Yes, yeah, that's the new life.
All right.
We just did a 3-hour YouTube live stream with just Lufeh and I, just the drums and vocals, and we played to the tracks with the bass guitar and keyboards from the album. We did the whole album, and we did 7 songs from one of our favorite bands, Dream Theater.
Yeah,
so
it was
we just
really
did a little tribute to Dream Theater and all of our Luggage Falling Down material in one YouTube live. So you can go check out that video on YouTube also. And we'll be doing more.
Sweet. That's one of the other things I was thinking, actually, when I saw the music video. I was like, James Labrie, is it you? You look so young.
He's my favorite. He's definitely one of my favorite singers all time.
You know what's funny? Interesting you bring that up. I've always heard the comment that Liquid Tension Experiment is the best Dream Theater's ever been because there is no James Labrie.
I heard that before.
Yeah, that's why Liquid Tension Experiment has 14 albums and has had a 30-year-long career. No, I love Liquid Tension Experiment, but I don't think anybody would give 2 cents about Liquid Tension Experiment if it weren't for, are you kidding me? Pull Me Under, Metropolis Part 1, Images and Words. Even When Dream and Day Unite, there were 4 Dream Theater albums before the first Liquid Tension Experiment album, and they really made their mark, and James Labrie is a huge, huge part of that. When you listen to Dream Theater, there's an identifiable kick-assness about their whole personality, and they're unapologetic. And I think that's what's so great about it. You hear it in the vocals, you hear it in the instrumental sections, and Liquid Tension Experiment is incredible. And I've heard the exciting news that they're going to get back together, so I absolutely can't wait.
All right, well, boys, unless there's anything else you wanted to throw out there, I just wanted to thank you for coming on to the Rock Metal Podcast.
Oh, it's our pleasure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you.